This is the demo for the converter and the animation system. So let's start with the converter. So I kind of just went with the flow for this approach as things got written to the output file. That's when I wrote it into the custom format. Let's see, I started with the animation header because that one was kind of collected throughout the program, and the information that was in it was the general data. So stuff like frames per second, the number of frames, the bones, the stacks, and then the number of frames per stack. So let's see here. So the first thing to get written was in global time settings, and this is where we grabbed the frame per seconds and the number of frames. Then continuing down for display hierarchy, this is where I grabbed the bone list and the bone parent list. So let's see where it was printed. I grabbed the data, and then this approach was helpful for using, well, when I looked at the output file, I knew what was inside the custom format. Oh, and one of these is the bone list, another one is the parented bone list. And then after writing one of the bones, I write a slash, and the animation system later uses that to split up the text and make it into a list. It would have been better to just write the actual data to the file, the actual bone array, but yeah, I didn't get to it. So that is hierarchy. Next is animation. So similar, wherever it was written was wherever it was written to output was where I wrote it to the file. So bone animation. Oh, another thing I didn't mention earlier was each time I wrote it to a file, I used Vodka, and I named it with something I named it with a name that I used to find the chunk later on when I read the file on the game engine. So this one, for the animation data, was named anim bones. And then in hierarchy, the names were bone list and bone parent. I think animation header was just animation header. So where were we? Display animation. Where was it written? So yeah, there's still lots of cleaning up that could be done. And here we are. So this is where the bone data was printed out. And then so I made a bone, and then I assigned it to the values that were similar to here. And then I wrote that to the file. Is there anything left? Write the header. And then yeah, use Loo to combine it. Okay, so that's the converter. I am still in the two separate. I have the two separate converters for Teddy and human. So I'll start with humanoid. And then it's the converter. And then I'm going to submit these two folders, the converter human and the converter teddy. So here's the humanoid converter. I'll delete this so you can see that it was generated. Here we go. Oh yeah, and then the command for the file is just, here, I'll open it real quick. So there's humanoid. For the batch I have import scene humanoid FBX, my custom file, and then the output. Okay, so let's make Teddy, one for Teddy. And then I have the same header in my game engine as well. Okay, succeeded. Copy. Teddy converter. Paste. And delete. Run. Okay, so now I'm going to copy those files over to the game engine. Oops, not that one. Okay, so engine. Let's see, where do I start? Camera. Okay, I'll start with the animations. So when we create a new animation, it holds the animation clips. So this is the Teddy animation. We unpack the header to get some information, get bone list from ext, gets the bone list from the ext, the extension format. And then it's just using eat to unpack that list into the bone array, which gets used to make the hierarchy. So the animation has the hierarchy, and then it has the two different clips. So one clip is the idle and the other clip is the walk. And then it just sets one of the clips to the current one. I just picked one. So in an animation clip, I have that's where I move the set animation data. So one of the parts that took a while was just figuring out where I wanted to put where things got or made, because it started with the anim to bone, and I was trying to figure out where things should go. Still not sure about what I did yet, but it's good to have something to keep building on. So with the clip, this is where I set the animation data, and that's where it finds the anim bones, and we use the data. Oh, and then I just have a set, since there's two animations, we'll just set the first one and the second one. The difference between the first and the second is that the second includes the offset, which I get from the animation header. There is the number of frames in the stack data part. So that's the animation clip. Next is the animation manager, which adds an animation, or it holds the animations. So humanoid, I still have the if def define teddy part here. So because of that, I can't add the humanoid to the animation manager. But it has a list of animations of 1. Is there anything else? And then it gets updated here. Yeah, I think we're ready for the demo. So let's do Teddy first. Okay, so here's the Teddy. It's the idle position. And then let's see, what did I do for, oh yeah, the keys are 1 and 2 for animation 1 and animation 2. So let's switch. So it looks like walk is on the 1 key, and earlier I was on the 2 key. And switch back. And the arrow keys I remapped for the animation controls. So if I press up, I'll be fast, and then if I want to slow down, I press the down key. And then backwards and forwards is easier to see with the humanoid, so I'll do that there. So here is the punching, taunting, the boxing animation. Can make it go faster, slower. Okay, and then here's the running. So running is easy to see for backwards. So here's backwards. It's the left key goes backwards. The right key brings it forward again. The left and right arrow keys, I mean. And then pause. P for pause. And then I'll just do forward to play again. And let's go back to the other animation. So yeah, that's my animation system.